Boom! You're fired. Go. I can remember some of the stuff that I used to read about him. Must have been quite challenging for some of his employees, I think. One minute you've got a job in the elevator with him, the next, you're gone. But look what he says. Your time is limited. Don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Nobody can say he had an easy life, right? Boy, kicked out of his own company, goodbye, push off. Getting back. Blaise Pascal, very famous French mathematician, used to argue with Descartes. The heart has its reasons that reason knows nothing of. Isn't that good? I had to learn that one, I can tell you. I had to learn that one big time. Now, here's a man who, you know, like you heard me say before, many physicists would get together at various conferences and they would argue back and forth in terms of how you interpret, for example, quantum mechanics or wave mechanics. Yes, Einstein would do that, but he basically always went within himself to find out what was cooking in his eyes in terms of the physics and the mathematics. But look what he says. The intuitive mind is a sacred gift. Oh, I should have this on. I'm just thinking, why do I keep doing this? I just realized, why is this thing, oh, there's a red thing here somewhere, right? I shouldn't have done that one.
But don't do the red thing either.
Get rid of everything, right?
Why it's annoying.
Good look. Oh, I see, thank you. The intuitive mind is a sacred gift. And the rational mind is a faithful servant, says Einstein. We've created a society that honors the servant and has forgotten the gift. What do you think? Do you think he's right? Everybody think he's right? Yeah. Trust yourself, right? Even if sometimes we make mistakes, you get up again. Okay, so there's the intuitive side, the heart, to be experienced. Now, to go back to Blaise Pascal for a minute, he's one who was very precocious. As a child, very clever mathematician, in a time of religious turmoil in France. Total turmoil. And then he had this experience, and he wrote about it. When he died, they found it sewn into his doublet, in his vest. I like Whitman, Paul Whitman. I don't think he's given the credit due. Look what he says. As in a swoon, one instant, another sun, ineffable, full dazzles me, and all the orbs I knew, and brighter unknown orbs. One instant of the future land, heaven's land. Which causes him to write in, I celebrate myself in Song of Myself, and yeah. Look at this. Do you want me to read it, or can everybody read it? Shall I read it? Because this is going to be key to understanding Shakespeare and the sonnets, which is why I'm going to get into this in harmony. I believe in you, my soul. The other I am must not abase itself to you, and you must not be abased to the other. Loaf with me on the grass. Loose the stop from your throat. Not words, not music or rhyme I want, not custom or lecture, not even the best, only the lull I like, the hum of your valved voice. I mind how we lay in June, such a transparent summer morning. You settled your head athwart my hips and gently turned over upon me, and parted the shirt from my bosom bone and plunged your tongue to my bare stripped heart, and reached till you felt my beard, and reached till you felt my feet, swiftly arose and spread around me the peace and joy and knowledge that pass all the art and argument of the earth. And I know that the hand of God is the elder hand of my own. I mean, to me, this is wonderful. And I know that the Spirit of God is the eldest brother of my own. And that all the men ever born are also my brothers, and the women my sisters and lovers, and that a kelson of creation is love. This to me is an absolute beautiful description of something amazing entering into him. Would you agree? And what I've read is that after, I'm trying to think what the year was, I mean, he witnessed the Civil War. It's recorded by some that when they were talking with him, they felt uplifted. They felt uplifted. Something definite had happened to them. Now here's another man. Jacob Boehme, or Behmen sometimes in English. Those were his years when he lived. He had several, also, blessed periods when tremendous uplifting thoughts and new information came to him, and he wrote them down in paper. One of his great books is Aurora. Jacob Boehme says, I never wanted to understand the mysteries of God. All I wanted to do was to hide myself in Christ, in God. I wanted to just hide myself in the heart of God. He's absolutely, when you read him, emphatic. He did not write any of this. He's emphatic on it. Something came into him and wrote it.
Can I ask a question at this point?
Please.
Do you get that same feeling when you sit down to write?
Sometimes, yes.
You're the conduit?
Yes.
Sometimes?
But nothing as majestic as this, I think.
No one will ever know unless
It's
you
true.
see the lion when you look in the mirror.
Thank you. You're absolutely right.
I mean,
Very excellent comment.
that's
Thank
the
you.
way of it.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Very profound comment. Thank you so much. Yes.
You're welcome.
No, thank
Are
you.
you acquainted with Invictus by Henley? Do you have any comments on that?
I don't know enough about that. I wish I did. I'll go and read that. Thank you. Invictus by Henley. Similar? Maybe you'd like to say something. Is it of the same nature?
Well, it's an interpretation. Each person has to make their own.
Judgment.
You probably know it. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit, from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods there may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I've neither winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody but unbowed. In this world of wrath and tears looms, with the horror and the menace of the years, yet it finds me, and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how straight the gate, nor how charged with punishment the scroll. I am the master of my soul, I'm the captain of my ship.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Wow. I wish I could learn that and remember that as well as you have. Thank you, sir. I will check that one out. Thank you. Because I think we are the captains of our ship, yes. Well, he's emphatic. He didn't write any of what came through him. We're going to see that Shakespeare was similar. Boehme's position is very clear. You either accept it or reject it. Although man cannot know God, God can in man know himself. So Boehme's position is that I didn't climb up into the Godhead, neither can so mean a man as I am do it. But the Godhead climbed up in me and revealed such to me out of his love. That's Boehme. Very interesting man, though. He says, Boehme says, when you close down your clever thinking brain, your heart is not going to stop beating, but it'll continue to go boom, 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 boom. But he says, if we listen carefully, we'll hear another throbbing, the beating of the heart of God. And guess what? He says, they're not in step, And that's the cause of all our problems. That's what Burma says. So he says, for example, they don't keep time together, the two are ajar. He says, from this essential discord arises every discordant element in our life. We're going to get into harmony here. Literally, the vibes of who we are don't jive with God's vibes. So he says, well, you know what? What happened was that the human diastole became one with the divine diastole and etc. with systole. They were in unison. Oh, unison. Isn't that interesting? One sound. Unison means one sound. You can't tell them apart. One sound. And Burma, he wants us to become what he became. Now, a little bit of physics here. There's a couple of waves out of step with each other, obviously. There they are in step. There they are in step. This, for example, would be a typical laser. You know, or a laser, the light from a laser, all the rays are perfectly in step, in harmony. Soldiers all walking in step. Uh-oh, we're going over a bridge. Please don't. Because we learnt that through some bridges collapsing, when the soldiers walked all in step, and the bridge absorbed the energy, and we're going to get into resonance in a minute.